Hey, hi. Beautiful night we're having, isn't it? The moon is out, the stars are up, the weather's great. How's everyone doing? I am well. I've been blessed and I have stayed out of trouble, which we seem to think for me is impossible, but I have been growing and blossoming and blessing, and it's just been a great couple of weeks since the last video that I have shared with you all. And this time we are going to talk about getting out of your own way. So I've done self-love, I've mentioned shadow work in videos, I've mentioned how, your spiritual journey is yours. It's totally different from everybody else's, blah, 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 the whole nine. So this time, and forgive me if I go in and don't respond to anything, but this time I wanted to talk about getting out of your own way. Because a lot of things we do in spirituality, a lot of things people think is supposed to happen in spirituality, a lot of what actually happens in spirituality, you get in your own way and you make the outcome what it is versus what it could have been. Hi, Britt. So, this one's going to touch down basically on getting out of your way, like I said. I'm going to touch again on the shadow work. I'm going to talk about your feelings, which means somebody's going to be in their feelings. And this is not directed towards any one person in particular, but I know somebody's going to think it's them. And if you think it's you, it resonates with you, then it probably is you, because the universe aligns us with the information we need. But yeah, so that's how that's going to go out. So I apologize now if anyone gets in their feelings and think I am talking directly about them. I do not apologize for you getting in your feelings. I do not apologize for you feeling some type of way. I do not apologize for what I'm going to say because it needs to be said. If you allow your feelings to be heard over this, that goes back to you needing to do some shadow work, because this is only to help grow, not to knock down, not to tear down anybody, any type of bodies, none of that. So with that out there, do I need any other disclaimers? It's your journey. You can take this any way you want to. You can take it, run with it, try and build with it. You can say, you know what, it doesn't resonate with me, I don't want it. That's up to you, but those are the disclaimers. This is what works for me. This is what I've noticed. This is how I have grown. This is how I've gone on my journey. This is my opinion, my thoughts on things. This is not necessarily a suggestion I won't say a suggestion, but this is not a demand to tell you what to do. These are mere suggestions. These are my thoughts, my opinions. Okay? Disclaimer. All right. So let us begin, because, ooh, baby. All right. I'm going to try and be sensitive about this and not go full force, deep, hot, crazy mama thought process mode. I'm going to try and be loving and nurturing, and y'all know I don't cuddle, so it's not. I said in the last video I did that it's not a daycare. I'm nobody's mama except for the children that I gave birth to, so I'm not gonna cuddle. I'm not gonna yeah, that's not gonna happen. We're gonna go hard. All right, listen. We're gonna start with self-love. And I'm starting there because everything else after this is probably gonna go really hard. When I started my journey, I had always been on it. I didn't realize it was a journey. So I was walking through the forest, because in my mind, my journey is in a forest and I'm walking down several paths and finding my way. But I was walking through the forest and I'm just, taking paths and looking where the trees kind of bend, and I'm walking through there. And so I didn't realize what type of journey I was on. I just knew I was on a journey and I've been walking. It wasn't until I started to embrace who I was. It wasn't until I started to get to know who I am. It wasn't until I realized who I wanted to be that I knew I was on a journey, an actual growth journey. And so, on that part of my journey, on that path of my journey, I had to learn to love all aspects of me. My siblings will probably tell you that I was the world's worst best sister ever. I'm a sweetheart. I have a nasty attitude. I have a temper. I'm a Virgo. Leave me alone. Let me do what I do. Let me say what I got to say. And that's a wrap. That part of me really has not changed. But I had to learn to love that part of me. I had to learn to love my attitude, my temper, my smart mouth, my ability to want to help, to want to push things, like everything about me. I had to learn to love that. Then I had to look at my growth. Am I growing? Is this attitude that I have, that I was putting out there, was it necessary? Was it a defense mechanism, or was it actually who I was? And it became a defense mechanism because I wasn't embracing who I was. And because I was questioning things and I was allowing other people's thoughts and energy to come into me, it made that happen as well. So I had to pause that and realize, you know what? I don't necessarily need the attitude all of the time. I don't necessarily have to have the temper all of the time, although I still have a very short fuse because I don't do 20 questions. I don't do pity parties, as I've mentioned. So the attitude and the temper stays there, and I'm not going to change that part. I'm sorry, because some of y'all just need to realize leave me alone is leave me alone. But anyway, so once I realized the attitude and the temper wasn't necessarily something I needed for me, I was able to address why I had it, what I was doing with it, and I let it go. I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm going to put it in the trash, and I'm going to move on. So as I'm walking, I realized, well, internally I have dealt with me, but I still had a low self-esteem. I was not the skinny girl in high school. I wasn't the big chick in high school, the popular crowd, whatever you want to put it. I was not that person. I was simply just me. And I did not fit in where everyone fit in. You know, earlier on in high school, I'm a military family, so in elementary school I fit in. It was a big mix. We moved up north. It wasn't so much of a mix. There was a lot more Caucasian families than there were my family. So I didn't really fit in there. I had people that, you know, were friends, but I didn't fit in. When I moved back down south for high school, I still did not fit in because everybody went to school together. And here I was, the black girl who sounded white, so it didn't work for me. I still made friends. I had people I associated with. Don't get me wrong. I was not the lonely child. I was alone, but I was not lonely. So I developed a low self-esteem because what I thought I should have in high school, I did not have. I didn't have the high school sweetheart. I didn't have the umpteen boyfriends. I didn't have my house phone blowing up. Yes, house phone. I didn't have the house phone blowing up with calls from guys. So when I graduated, I still had that low self-esteem. And it caused me some things. And I went through a lot of stuff that probably would have been avoided if I'd have learned earlier on. Self-love, all that good jazz. But moving forward. So after my first marriage, yes, first one, there's two of them, I still did not have the self-esteem I should have had. And I felt like part of that is why the first one should have never. Anyway, so then the second one came, and there were things that I picked up and learned along the way in that marriage. And when my husband passed, I had to realize the person that he loved, that I had developed and grown into, should still be the person that is here, even though he's passed. Why can I not love me as much as my husband was loving me, showing me, telling me? So I had to do a whole lot of shadow work at this point, because now this journey of motherhood had kicked in, and this journey of wifely duties kicked in, and now I'm a widow, and I gotta keep moving. I can't do the dark veil and woe is me, cry it out in the corner. I still had to embrace my new self. Perfect time for some shadow work. I dealt with why I had a low self-esteem, and I embraced me. I embraced my wild hair stuff, because I had ideas for hair. Trust me, this is not as wild as it could be. This is low key, because I actually don't want to go more wild than this. This is, y'all trust me, this is actually wild for me. Low key to some of y'all, but it's definitely wild for me. So I embraced the craziness, my personality. I let it all out, and I said, you know what? My eyes, I love my eyes. When I do my makeup, my eyeshadow, my lashes, and I don't really put the falsy mink thingies on. I just love mascara and let them do what they do. But I loved how my eyes would look with makeup. And at first I hated glasses, and I was glad I got contacts. And that was probably because I couldn't find frames that look great on me. Like, I love these because they're purple and they're awesome and they look great. But I changed up things, and I made my outward appearance look better so that I felt good inside. Well, after that, I moved, and I was like, you know what? The outward looks okay, but it means nothing if I still haven't dealt with internally why I had issues with the outward. Why do I have this low self-esteem when I look at me and I see beauty? So then it was, okay, well, why the low self-esteem? Then I realized it was because I didn't have what everybody else had. I didn't have the high school sweetheart, the list, I didn't need it. It wasn't for me. It wasn't mine to have, clearly. So that was, part one right there. Oh, so I didn't have what they had in high school. I had one bad marriage, and I had a really awesome, amazing, loving second one. So I'm getting better as I was moving on down my journey. And now here I am, awesome. And I look at myself in the mirror and I see all the extra fluffiness. We've had the fluffy conversation. There's a whole lot of fluff going on, but I embrace my fluff and I like my fluff. And there are people who love my fluff, but I could care less whether they love it or not because it's mine. And I have embraced and I've held on to my fluff, and I'm like, you know what? It's me. That's what I have. And when it came to my attitude, I've learned when to use it, not to use it, because it's mine to control. Yeah. But I didn't want it to stop me from growing into other things, because I know that if you carry that attitude, that chip on your shoulder, the bitch resting face look, it stops people from approaching you. That means that you're either going to stop your future man or wife from, husband or wife approaching you. You're going to stop future employments from approaching you. All because you are getting in your way, because I want to have this attitude. I want my face to be tight, squeezed up, look like I sucked on a lemon. That's fine. That's you. But you can't grow. And you can't get mad at the next person who's growing because they choose not to live that way. So when you do your self-love and you embrace everything about you, the good and the bad, you begin your shadow work. And you want to be able to love yourself for the bad. You want to love yourself for the good, because even the bad stuff that has happened to you, the bad things that you've done, they've still gotten you to where you are now. And a lot of times you'll look at yourself and be like, well, I'm still where I was 5 years ago. Yeah, because you haven't grown, because you stopped yourself. You got in your own way because you didn't want to grow. You didn't want to change. And that's where the shadow work comes in. So now you're about to do the shadow work thing. Nobody likes shadow work. And, well, I won't say nobody, because there's probably a few people who love shadow work. I'm not a fan. The first go around with shadow work is, to me, the hardest. And again, my opinion, some people disagree. But when you do your first round of shadow work, it's normally the hardest because there's so much sitting there. And I said round because shadow work is one of those things that it's not a one-time deal. Woo, yay, done, shadow work, woo, and you move on. No, baby, this is going to pop up a lot. Because a lot of times, one, we say, oh, I dealt with it, I got it out. You didn't deal with it. That's why it keeps popping up. But you also have things that kind of come back into play, or new things that happen that create something else within you that you have to deal with. So shadow work is kind of a never-ending thing. It's just a matter of how often you have to do the shadow work, or you should do your shadow work. So I started my shadow work after I learned to love myself, my shadow work started with myself, because I needed to work on loving myself more. Yes, I picked up my self-esteem. I was embracing myself, but I needed to learn to love myself enough to where I wasn't depending on anybody. And I'm not saying in the sense of having to have a relationship, because that wasn't the case either. I wasn't trying to quickly find myself into a relationship. I wasn't trying to be with someone. No. I had to learn to love myself so that I knew what I wanted, what I needed, what I deserved, and how things should be for me. Because if I didn't learn to love myself, I wouldn't learn to know what I loved. Not just about myself, but in general for myself. So I dealt with the low self-esteem issue, figured out why I had it, let that go, got it over and done with. And then I moved on to, well, who am I? What am I? What am I doing? What is going on in my life? You know, everybody's like, well, I just want to know my purpose. I want to know why I'm here. I want to know life secrets. Good luck finding that out. I mean, some people apparently find that out, others don't, and it happens. I personally think part of my purpose, because I think there's a bigger picture to everybody's purpose, but I definitely know that part of my purpose is to help others. I've been a helper my whole life. I've had people come and do the mouth vomit thing where they're just like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good, how are you? And then blah, all of the emotions, feelings, and I don't know why I'm telling you this. It's just easy to talk to you, and I don't even know you. Yes, I know, but here's my advice, here's my opinion. Thank you, you're so helpful. And it happens. So, you know, I remember being in 5th and 6th grade. I'm going to grow up to be a psychiatrist because I want to help people. I want to understand why people do the things they do and help them get through it. Times changed. I got into middle school, high school. I wanted to write papers. I wanted to put information out there for people to read, people to learn from. Then somewhere later in high school, I wanted to be a teacher. Oh, I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to teach people and I'm going to help them learn things. Yeah, I didn't do any of that stuff at all. I became a HR assistant. So, yeah, I help people find a job. I'm still helping. But here I am now, and I have learned that I am deep-rooted in my spiritual journey, connected to me, myself. Now, I stopped getting in my way when I let my attitude go. I stopped getting in my way when I stopped worrying about how everybody else sees me, how I stopped getting in my way when I stopped worrying about what everybody else thinks about me, because there's always going to be one asshole who does not like you. Always. Nobody is going to have every single person like them. I mean, look at Jesus. You got half a world who swears by the man, and the other half who's like, nah, we don't believe in him, da-da-da. So, again, if he can't have all followers and he's got haters, why can't you have haters? So I embrace those haters. I embrace my lovers, my followers. So I'm not worried. People are going to talk, and social media makes it so easy for people to talk about you. It taking photos, video clips. I'm sure if I search somewhere on the web, there's probably a clip of me doing something where somebody's altered, whatever. But I can't worry about what other people think about me. I can't worry about what other people feel towards me. As long as I know I'm being genuine and true and I'm doing things for me so that I feel good, so that I'm growing, I feel the love, I can't worry about what they think. Now, if I'm out here putting out some negative energy, some negative thoughts, some negative ways, then yeah, by all means, I'm be like, oh, well, if the shoe fits, yeah. Now, if I'm out here doing happiness, you know, I got Pharrell's song in my head because I'm happy. So, you know, clap along, woo, I'm feeling happy. I'm doing my thing. Yay, living it up. Fluffy loving it. Woo, woo. And you over here got a problem with what I'm doing for me. And you got a problem. You see how that works? It's not my problem. That's you. You got the problem. I don't have a problem. I'm enjoying me. I'm loving me. I'm embracing me. I'm doing shadow work to get rid of the negative energy. I don't need yours. That's you. Your feelings. That's your problem, not mine. It becomes my problem when I worry. Why do you not like me? Why do you see me in that light? Then I make it my problem, and that's an issue because I don't need that energy. I don't need to worry about somebody else's feelings, somebody else's thoughts when it's negative towards me, and I've done nothing to initiate that type of thought, that type of energy towards me. That's a personal issue you have within yourself. So let's take it back to when you're on a spiritual journey, and you can't really put spirituality into a single category as in colors. So you can't say, well, spirituality is for Black people only, or only white people can be spiritual, because spirituality is the journey you take on your own. It is connecting with self. Everybody has a self to connect with, so you can't rule out one self or the other in spirituality and a journey. I'm going to say that one more time. You can't rule out one self in the journey of spirituality. Black, white, purple, yellow, orange, green, whatever. You cannot say, oh, well, no, you can't be on a journey because you're not Black like me, or you can't be on a journey because you're not white like me, or you can't be on a journey because you mixed and your ancestors ain't going to help you. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Everybody's got ancestors. Everybody's got them. Now, how the ancestors come to them, I don't know. I'm not them. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I can only speak for mine and how they come to me. I can't speak for my other brothers and sisters on how their ancestors come to them, because again, that's their ancestors. Yeah, we might share some down the line, but I still can't speak for how they come to them. I can only speak for how they come to me, because your ancestors don't come to everybody. Can't do it. So I can't sit here and tell Becky Sue that she ain't got no ancestors and she can't make an altar and she can't call on her ancestors, or Becky Sue, you can't be on no spiritual journey because you ain't Black. And I'll be damned if I let Becky Sue look at me and tell me the same thing, because Becky Sue can catch these hands and get a good cussing out. That Virgo side of me, that temper and attitude, oh, Becky Sue can catch it. She can catch it. Just like LaQuanda can catch it too. Don't tell me what I can and can't do on my journey. It's mine. It's not yours. See how that works? So just because you don't like something that somebody else does on their journey or for their journey doesn't give you the right to say squat about it. That's not their problem that you don't like it. That's your problem. You need to figure out why that's a problem for you, for what somebody else is doing on their journey or how they're doing their journey. Now, mind you, when we're talking spirituality and you start talking about and I consider them religions, and I know some people don't, but when you start talking about the religions within spirituality, you know, your Santeria, you got people who call on the Orishas and the Yorubas. When you got all of that involved, that is culturally based. Voodoo, hoodoo, all of that is culturally based. That's different from self-spirituality journeys. Those are different. Now, when you start calling on those things, make sure you know what the hell you're doing. Yeah, I said it. Make sure you know what the hell you're doing. Don't sit here and be like, oh, I'm on a spiritual journey and I'm calling on Papa Legba and all them other folks. Don't call them people you don't know what you're doing. Don't sit there and be like, oh, well, I called him. He came to me in my sleep. Don't do it. If you don't know that man, you don't know what he does, you don't know who he is and what he's about, don't do it. Don't play with that stuff. You don't play with the spirits. I'm sorry. Y'all take it however you want. You can laugh it out, kiki it, think it's a joke. That's on you. That's fine. That's your energy. You do what you do. That's not my problem how you take it. All I can say is don't. Now, after I put it out there and I say don't, and I suggest that you don't, if you choose to do so, and shit happens, don't come back and post it in the groups that I'm in. Don't post it on my page. Don't hit me in my inbox. Don't schedule no readings with me. Talking about, I need to figure out why this happened. You know why it's happened. I told you not to, and you did it. My hands is done. I'm clean. My energy is safe. I did what I had to do. You didn't listen. That's not my problem. Make sure you research what you're doing. How do you research? I can't find no info. There's Google. There's books. There are other people who are already doing these things. Thank you to social media. We have Facebook groups, you've got Instagram groups and videos, you got YouTube. Hell, there's a few people on TikTok doing it. I mean, it's out there. Hell, use the phone book. Yeah, I know that's real old school. Some of y'all don't even know what the hell a damn phone book is. But use the phone book. Use the yellow pages on the internet. Do your research to find out what you're about to deal with. I see a lot of people doing these egg cleanses. All right, let me break this down to you real quick and polite like. If you are Caucasian or Black, African American, nope, I'm not going to use that one because that's y'all thing. If you're anything but Latino or of Hispanic ethnicity, that's they shit. That egg thing is theirs. Don't sit here doing an egg cleanse talking about, oh, well, I need my people of color, or I only want Becky Sue to tell me about this egg cleanse. I only want to learn from her. Sis, the egg cleanse is on the Latin side. It's on the Hispanic side of the track. So you holler at them to know what's going on. Now, are there videos and things out there to teach you that? Yes. Just like if you're trying to do a ritual or spell of some sorts, there are plenty of voodoo priestess and Babaluis, and I cannot pronounce that word, so y'all know who I was talking about, and Ifas and all this other people who follow Santeria that you can go and do sacrifices with. Make sure you know what culture you're dealing with when you're doing these things. Is it to say that you can't use it in your own culture? Some cases, because some cultures y'all should not touch with other people's cultures. Some things. The egg cleanse is not one of those. Yeah, there's videos up there. Everybody fell in love with it after watching the Netflix show and, I want to do it. Y'all know that the Hispanic Latino side of the world has been doing this like all of their lives. Like, this is what they do. This is what they know. I learned about the egg cleanse about 10 years ago. Nope, 8 years ago. I have a Mexican friend. She explained this to me. She asked me about it when I started my journey. I was like, no, I've never heard of that. She's like, it must be a my people thing. I said, it must be because I've never heard it with my people, but I don't really know. It's come to find out, yes, it is a her people thing versus a my people thing. But I learned from her properly what to do, how to do it. And all this taking pictures and sharing and cracking it open and putting the energy back out there. Personally, for me, if I'm doing an egg cleanse, I'm not going to crack the damn egg open and put it in a cup to see what I caught. If it's to cleanse and remove shit from me, I don't want to crack it open and let the shit out to see what's in there. Whether I'm clean or not, I don't need to know. The shit's in the egg. Leave it there. Bury the damn egg or wherever y'all want to put it, because I'm burying mine. I'm not throwing it away, or I'm going to flush it because to me water is cleansing and it will remove. So I'm either going to bury it or flush it. But I'm not about to crack an egg open, put it in a cup, take a picture and all this other stuff to see what the egg exposed and what it did. Now, do I read the eggs? I've helped y'all read your eggs. And again, we're going to touch on the reading part. Meanwhile, make sure you know what you're doing before you start dabbling in stuff. Y'all over here cracking open eggs and wishing eggs around you and like, ooh, I saw somebody else do it, I want to do it. Do you know why they did it? Do you know why you're doing it? Do you know what the point is behind what you're doing? Like, we're all so quick to run and jump up on stuff. Oh, I want to put a jar. I need to do a sour jar. I want to do a sweet. Do you know why you do a sour jar? Do you know why you do a sweet jar? Do you know why you do a self-love bath ritual? Do you know why your altar is supposed to be a personal space? Do you know why? No, you just over here doing stuff, getting in your way and stopping your growth because you decided, oh, well, I don't need to know this stuff. If you're trying to grow, there are some basics that you do need to know. Every religion, everything has a basic thing that you need to know. There's a basis, a one simple rule that everybody shares, everybody knows. Now, am I saying that you should follow those rules? Because you don't. You can free willy it and go do what you want because it works for people. It really does. But you have to make sure that what you're doing is right. If you don't know at all what you're doing, don't just free willy it. Actually look into it so that way you don't do something wrong. We all started somewhere. At some point, somebody started their journey and they did something and they said, this is how I'm going to do it because it feels right for me. Cool, bet. So when the next person came along and someone was like, ooh, what you doing? Oh, well, I'm doing this. This is how I did it. Oh, okay, well, I'm going to do it like you did. Boom. And now when I get to this one part that does not resonate with me, I'm going to twist it so that it works for me. Cool. Now somebody else comes to that person and takes what they've learned. So now you've got two types of learning in a third person. You taught me one way. Now I am going to teach this person my way that I took from you and twisted. So now this person has bits and pieces from two people that they're going to take and make their own and pass it on to a fourth person and so on. But there's always going to be that one piece that trickles down. Just like with the egg cleanse. There's that one piece that trickles down. Everybody knows to use an egg. That's all I got. All y'all know how to use the egg. Me personally, I'm a scrambled egg. I'm eating eggs. I don't really do the egg cleanse too often. I like to eat my eggs. I don't like to waste my eggs. I'm sorry. But you gotta know what you're doing because you're going to stop yourself. And a lot of times we jump in it and we get mad because it didn't work for me. It worked for them. Why didn't it work for me? And I did what they did. It wasn't for you, first of all. I did the sweet jar for me, for my reasons. I put this stuff in there with my intention, my reason. I took this egg and I whooshed it around, shook it up 5 times, rolled it on the floor, and then tossed it in the air and juggled it around because that worked for me. I wanted to make sure that I shook it up and got all the stuff in there. I don't really know if that works, people. I was just making an example, I promise you. But if that's how y'all do your egg, then, kudos to you, and I'm glad it didn't crack. But you can't get mad because you instantly jumped in there and saw something and decided to try it. If you don't know the ground basics of it, it's not going to work for you. If you don't know how to get in touch with your inner goddess, God, self, it's not going to work. You have to know your energy. You have to know your intentions. And it's just like, and we'll take this religious thing. When you pray, you're praying and you have this full-on belief that sweet baby Jesus is going to answer your prayer, that I'm praying to him and he's going to fix whatever it is I'm praying for. He's going to make it happen. I have faith in him to do it for me. So when you're doing something on the spiritual level, you have that faith, that power, that strength, that well-being, all of that energy. You're supposed to have it in yourself. I'm not saying you're Jesus. I would never compare anybody to Jesus. You are you. You have that same inner ability and strength and faith within yourself to make things happen for yourself. You set your intentions to it. You believe. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect something to work? If you don't believe that you can do something, it's not going to work because it doesn't have the energy behind it. It's like when you go to cook a meal, and we'll do a birthday cake. You can go get the box mix and it tells you how to make the box cake. You can go get a recipe card and start from scratch: flour, eggs, vanilla, sugar, whatever, because I don't make cakes, so, clearly. Or you can go sit up underneath your grandma, watch her make the cake, and be like, Grandma, can I learn from you? Because your cake tastes amazing. Why? Because at this point, Grandma makes it with love. Grandma don't even use a recipe card. Hell, Grandma probably don't even use measuring cups. She be eyeballing it like, yep, that's enough. It looks good. Why? Because Grandma has faith in her ability to make that cake from scratch without needing her recipe card, without needing a measuring cup, because she knows, she believes in herself and her vision that this is enough of what I need to make this cake happen. I have enough love in myself and in what I'm doing, and enough faith that I can make this cake from scratch without needing the recipe, without needing the cards, without needing the cups for measuring and all that. You don't have faith in yourself. So every time, and we on the 50th time making this damn cake, you're still breaking out the cookbook. You have to have the faith in yourself like grandma has when she be making those family recipes. My Nana had these delicious Nana biscuits. She died with the recipe. I think one of my aunts know it, but my Nana died with this recipe because I've never tasted any of them since then. She used to make these biscuits, and they were actually rolls, but we called them Nana biscuits at my house. And they were delicious from scratch. And I would watch her. She never used a measuring, well, she used a measuring cup, but she never measured. And I used to ask her, how do you know the recipe? Honey, I made this so many times that I know it by heart. See, by heart. Because it was love. Because she had faith. She loved herself. She loved what she was doing. She knew it by heart, by love, how to make that every single time. If you don't have that faith in you, you don't have that by heart in you, nothing you do on your journey is going to happen, and you are getting in your way of growing. If you start putting roadblocks up and stipulations on your journey, you're shorting your journey. You're never going to get there. Because every time you try to move forward, you stop yourself. Nope, can't go. Construction, no, I can't go. Tree limb down. Nope, gotta stop. You're not getting anywhere. You're shorting yourself on gaining knowledge and information. You're shorting yourself on getting in touch with you, learning who you are. Here's another one. And I'm going to put this out here because I've seen it firsthand. So if this resonates with anyone and you feel like it is a personal jab, it probably is, but it really isn't. So yeah, when you're over here trying to cut soul ties and you're trying to remove an ex from your life, or you feel like this person is stopping you from loving anybody else and blah, 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 it's not the other person. It is you. If you are over here trying to do self-love bath rituals and you've got your rose petals and your rose quartz and your oranges and your amethyst and your candles going and lavender is in the air and you're all relaxed in the hot tub, embracing the bubbles and wiping all the fluffy love down, and you get out feeling like, ooh, that felt great, but I still feel like crap, and oh my God, he still want me and I don't want him, and I still want him though, and I can't get him out of my head because you didn't do it. You didn't believe in yourself enough. And on top of that, I'm sorry, one bath is not going to do it, y'all. It's not. They help. They help relax your mind. They help you find peace. They're also supposed to bring you clarity so you know how to think about these things, to address it, to shadow work through it. So if you jump in the bathtub thinking, oh, I'm going to do this self-love and I'm going to walk out feeling great, wonderful, boom, my problem solved. If that works for you, kudos, but I doubt it. And, yeah, I know I said you had to have faith in you, believe in the heart, but, you have to have faith in yourself that you can get through this. But one bath, sitting in a pot of water, is not going to get you through it. The water is cleansing. It is there to help you cleanse your mind, to release things so that you can see clearly on how to handle the situation, how to move forward to get yourself through it from the hearts. It's not there to be done with it. And so you walk out and you sitting here, you're really not ready to let go. Yeah. So you get out this tub and you're over there, well, why can't I get them out of my head? You can't get them out of your head. Not because they put themselves in your head. It's because you put them in your head. And a lot of times, my first question is, did you delete them out of your phone? Yes. Did you block them? No. Well, if you don't block them, you're still giving them access. You're not blocking their energy. Did you remove them from all of your social media? Because clearly that is a form of communication, people. They will pop up in your news feeds and everything. No. So you're really not ready to let go. Shut the hell up and move on. Like, let that situation go, because you're going to keep harping on it, and nobody wants to keep seeing you complain about some ex that you're not really trying to let go of. And you can sit here and get mad at me and be like, well, I tried. That's not how that works, honey. Because if you tried, you'd be doing it. So you did not try. Stop saying I tried. Because you didn't try. You thought about it, but you're not trying, because if you try, you do, and it happens. But you want these pity parties. You want everybody to chime in with the woe is me's, and it's not going to happen for me, sis. I'm sorry. Look, I'm not the one. I don't do pity parties. You come to me with your problem, I'm going to give you my opinion, my advice, and I'm going to say this is my opinion, this is my advice, before y'all be running off like, she told me to do it. Nah, I gave you my opinion, my advice on the situation, had it been me, and what I feel, and what is being told to me when you ask those questions. But don't come back to me talking about, well, this and this happened and I can't let go. He called me and his dog died and I remember how much he loved the dog and I can't let go. And he called and she called me and they broke up and they don't know what to do. Bitch, hang up the damn phone. What you mean? That's not your problem. They are now heartbroken. That's their problem. That's not yours. Stop letting everybody back in that you should have let out. And then those who leave you, stop trying to get them back. If they wanted to be with you, they would have stayed. They wouldn't have left you. They wouldn't have broke up with you. They wouldn't have cheated on you. And y'all kill me with that. Oh, well, he's dogged me out. She cheated on me. And every time I come back and I know they love me, but they keep doing this. Stop. Because clearly if they loved you, I only want to be with you. And I know we've heard the lines on both sides of those tracks. If they only wanted to be with you, they would be with you only. But they're not. That's why they with him, her, and everybody else. And now so are you every time you jump into bed with them. She said, repeat that. If they wanted to be with you, they would be with you. And only you. I only want to be with you means only you. One, you, me and you. Only. There's nobody else. Nobody else. I shouldn't be seeing Captain Save-A-Ho over here every time I turn around. Nah, why is you saving her? She ain't got nothing to do with us. It's only me. I don't need you saving her. You don't need to be with that person. Stop running back to these toxic relationships. Y'all keep putting yourself in these toxic situations, and then you want to blame it on the person for being toxic. No, the only toxic person in your life in these relationships is you, because you keep putting yourself through it. That person ain't putting you through nothing. You're putting yourself through it because you choose to stay in that relationship. You choose to stay knowing that they ain't no damn good. That's you. That's not them. They doing whatever the hell they feel like. They definitely getting their cake and eating everybody else's cake too. But you choose to stay there. You choose to allow it to happen. That's your fault. I don't want to hear it. Well, he treated me, he said he loved me and I believed him. That's fine. But now that you know that he don't, what are you doing about it? I could change him. I could change her. I just need to let them see that I love them unconditionally and that I'm the better choice. If you were the better choice, they would see that and they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. So clearly, you're not the better choice for them. You need to be the better choice for yourself. And again, that's where that self-love and that shadow work comes from. Stop depending on people. Stop putting yourself in situations where I have to depend on you, because you don't have to. First of all, let's make that clear. I'm stuck. I got to depend on this person. I don't have a job. I live with her. He lives with me. And they take care of this. And stop. Stop depending on people. Stop making that your excuse. Because if that is your excuse, you want to be there. You want to deal with that drama. You choose to do that. Stop telling everybody and crying about it then. That's not how this works. Like, you can't do that. Oh, thank you. So you have to put yourself first and realize, look, this me. I have to love me. Because clearly they don't anyway. And mind you, look, this is where self-love shows you that you have no self-love. Because if you loved yourself enough, you would know that you didn't need to be in that situation. If you had the self-love and you loved yourself, they would see that and they would love you. And if they don't see it, they will find a way to remove themselves, or better yet, you'll remove them for themselves, because you have that self-love. You know the type of love you deserve, the type of love you need, and the type of love you should have. And if that is not what you're getting in the relationship, get out. Like Scary Movie, get out. get out. Like all Scooby-Doo, you know, when the ghost in the chain, woo, get your ass the hell out of that. That's kind of scary. And I don't know why you sitting there. Run, okay? And we know I don't even use that word, but run. Like Forrest Gump style. Run. And don't look back. Matter of fact, that story in the Bible, where old girl was supposed to keep walking and said, don't look back or you turn to a pile of salt. And she looked back and turned to salt. You're bitter. You look back because you're bitter and now you're salty. See? Metaphorically, you see how I flipped that? Now you're salty because you look back and you're mad because they over there doing with her or doing with him what you wanted them to do with you, and they doing it over there. So now you salty, now you bitter. You know what? That's your problem. Because clearly it ain't theirs. That's why they over there doing what they doing. You salty, you look back and you got even saltier. Now you a pile of salt. Suck it up, buttercup. It's time to move on and make this happen. So you got your self-love, you got your shadow work, you got your getting in your own way, because I need you to get out your damn way, because some of y'all are starting to get in my way a little bit, and I'm trying not to be in my own way, and I'm trying not to bring out that Virgo side of me that I'm trying to mellow down. But some of y'all about to catch these words, okay? Some of y'all about to catch them, because I feel like y'all need them, and Spirit really ain't holding me back. So I think Spirit thinks that you need it too, and we are both in agreement, because I'm not getting the red flags that I normally get when it's like, no, don't do it, Shanette, don't do it, simmer down. I'm not getting that. So some of y'all about to get it. Y'all about to, I'm just saying, y'all about. Meanwhile, moving on. So now you've gotten out of your way, right? You're getting out of your feelings. You're slowly getting out of your feelings. I need us to realize some things. And I realized, and I just realized this recently, mind you, I've seen the sour jars, I've seen the bitter jars, whatever you want to call them, and I've seen the sweet jars. And for me, this is my realization, because some people see it differently. They see it as revenge, they see it as karma in a can, whatever you want to see it as. For me personally, how it is shown to me, how I see it, and I cannot stress that part enough before y'all try and jump down my throat and I'm going to give y'all these words. I see it as a way to let go. That is a form of shadow work. Whether y'all agree with me or not, I honestly don't care. All right, because this works for me. So if I take a situation and I'm not happy with that situation, and this is based on me feeling like the person did me wrong. And when I say that, it does not necessarily mean that that person did me wrong versus, you know, a situation where they actually did, you know, this person actually came into my home, robbed me, raped me, whatever the case may be. You did me wrong. That is complete did wrong. Versus this person just stopped talking to me for no reason. Now I feel like why are you treating me like this? Why? See, it's my problem. That's my issue, my problem. You didn't necessarily do me wrong. You grew and went your other way, which meant I wasn't needed in your life, but I'm feeling some type of way. I feel like you did me wrong because you didn't communicate with me that you was cutting me off, right? So I get this jar, and if I put vinegar in the jar and hot sauce and pepper flakes and graveyard dirt and dog poo and whatever nasty mess I can think of, and I put it in this jar, and I put your name or your picture in this jar, and some people will say that, you know, it works. This is exactly what it does. And I'm not disagreeing with y'all, but again, this is my thoughts, how I feel this works. I take that jar, and to me, it is not about karma or revenge, because either way it goes, karma is going to come for your ass. Like, my ancestors ain't gonna play that anyway, so I know they're gonna make sure that that chick karma comes for that ass. And even whether they do it or not, karma's still gonna come for you, because I'm a good person and you did me wrong. So karma's still gonna come to you. And I've seen it happen, and I take a little bit of satisfaction in that, watching these things. I've seen it. I've personally seen karma take place, and I'm like, that's what you get. Popcorn, tea, kiki. But I see it as a release for me. When I put all those things in the jar, it's not about me trying to get you back. It's not about me putting ill will on you. It is about me releasing all of that anger, animosity, hate, whatever negativity I'm feeling about the situation, that is how I'm releasing it. And now it is in this jar. It is in there and it's simmering and it's festering and it's doing whatever. And because I did it, I no longer feel those emotions. I put them in the jar. Does that mean that because I did this, something bad is going to happen to him? I don't know. I can't say that because those aren't my intentions. I don't do this at all. But when I see other people do it, that is my thought process on it. Now, some people do it in hopes of, yes, it's going to fuck you up. You're going to get messed up all over. And that's on them. That's cool. If it works, it works. To me, it's just karma. But again, that's me. I feel like I put it in that jar. So let's move it to the better side of this. If I do the sweet jar and I put sugar in the jar and I put some honey and some lavender, because I don't really like roses, y'all. I think they're overrated. So I'm going to put some carnations and some daisies. You know, the cute little flowers. I don't need those sexy flowers, the roses, because I don't think they are. I'm just, in general, sexy myself. So I'm going to put all those things in the jar, and I'm feeling the jar. And basically what it boils down to is that jar became my emotions. It's what I want for me. It's how I want to feel. It's how I envision myself. So that jar is what's going to come for me. I am going to sweeten. Or if I put somebody else in there, this is my feelings for them. I want them to be sweeter. I think they're sweet people. I want that to happen. And so that's what happens. And that's my opinion. And you can agree to disagree with me on that, because I'm not going to argue with you, because again, my thoughts, my opinion. So yeah. But, it is what it is for each person. Now, I've seen it on the news where some people and I've actually seen one where I think the young man, I think he beat the poor girl or something, but he was arrested or tried to get her arrested because she put him in a jar and he felt like she put a hex on him. So it was like, oh, that kind of, that's not really my problem. Like, I don't have that issue. So, if you're over here and, so I'm gonna touch the honey jar one more time, because there's an opposite to the honey jar where you put yourself in there. You put somebody you love or want to love in the jar. And so you're over here and you got this person in the jar and you're like, I just want them to love me. I want them to be with me. First of all, stop putting people in a jar. Now, the negative jar, I understand that. I got that, Stop trying to put men and women in a jar. If they left you, if they cheated on you, if they don't want to be with you, why would you try and put them in a jar to trap them? Yes, because the jar, you're trapping them in the jar. Why would you want to trap them with you? Why would you want fake, falsified love? Like, it's not genuine. It's not real. You're going to have, should it work? Because again, I don't do it, so I can't speak and say, yes, it works. But you're going to have a zombified person. You're going to have a miserable person up underneath you. They're not going to actually love you, be in love with you, want to be with you. Now you mad because you got this person stalking you, and you not happy because you're not getting the love that you feel you deserve, actually, because it turns out the person's really an ass and shouldn't be with you anyway. But you did this jar thing, and now how do I reverse it? No, I should let your butt sit there with it, but that's not me. That's you. That's your fault. That's your problem. Stop trying to make people do things for you that you should be doing for yourself. Stop trying to figure out, how do I do a jar? How do I do a ritual? How do I do a spell? How do I do a hex? What sacrifices do I need to make? First of all, that's not really spirituality. Again, that's that religious twist on it. So stop claiming to be spiritual on a spiritual journey if that is what your focus is, because that has nothing to do with your spiritual journey at all. It really doesn't. And I'm going to need y'all to understand that too. So, you're sitting here trying to grow and be positive, but you locking people in a jar. You trying to falsify love. Why would you want that? Oh, I get it. Because you don't love yourself. Oh, well, okay. You want that fake shit for yourself. Oh, perfect. So instead of having diamonds, you want cubic zirconia. Understood. Understood. Instead of gold, you want that zinc shit that turns your finger green. Got it. Understood. I will gladly support that side of you. no problem. Go green. Hey, that's you, it's not me. If that's what you want, then by all means you go do that. That's not what I want. I don't live in that fairy tale. I'm not Mr. Rogers. This is not my neighborhood. So hey, you do you. I won't support that kind of stuff, but I will gladly clap you on and move on about my business. I'm not gonna sit here with that. That's, to me, it's ridiculous and it's not real. You don't love yourself enough to know that you deserve someone who on their own free will wants to be with you. You deserve anything you get from that. I'm sorry. Any backlash that comes from that, if you are alone and lonely for the rest of your life, you deserve that because clearly that's what you did. Y'all can take that any way you want to and be mad at me. That's fine. But that's what you did. I don't want fake love. The only thing that should be fake is this hair on my head. My nails, nope, these are mine. Sorry, I cut them down. There's no tips. These are all mine. So the hair, that's about the only fake thing I need in my life. Polyester, because that's not really a fabric, is it? Like, that's fake fabric, so that too. But I'm not trying to have fake love. I want real, genuine love. I want growth love. I want inspirational love. I want motivational love. I want take me in your arms and I melt and become you in me love. That is what I want. I don't want that fake forced it shit. I don't, that's GMO love. Like that's GMO love. It's genetically modified love. I don't want that. Let me get that organically grown, beautiful, lush, take me forever, make me healed love. I don't want that sick stuff that's going to turn my stomach and got me running back and forth to the bathroom every 5-10 minutes. I don't want that. Y'all could keep that. But that's just me. So, you know, y'all got to do better when it comes to that. That's real talk. Like, you got to stop and think. What do I deserve? And if you feel like you deserve fake love, baby, you need to start your journey all over again and start doing that shadow work and that self-love thing. Because obviously you didn't do it right the first time. You clearly did not do this. Seedless watermelon love. Woo! You're right. How is fruit seedless? You got that fake love. I'm just saying. So yeah, you gotta do you. I understand that. But you're getting in your own way of finding real, true love if you over here busy trying to force the ex to stay with you. If you busy over here trying to get him back from her, or get her back from her, or get her back from him, or whatever, you messing up yourself. Because here's the thing. They were taken out of your life for a reason. There is somebody else waiting to meet you. Remember in the last video, I said you don't go searching. You don't go find the love because you never find what you're actually looking for. When you meet your true love, y'all come together. Y'all meet. It's not that I was searching, you were searching. We met together. We came together. The universe pulled us together. We put it out there, what we wanted, what we needed, what we were searching for deep down within ourselves. And we put that love out there. And what did it do? Like a magnet, it attracted you and we came together. Y'all like that? Let that happen. Stop trying to force it because clearly opposites don't actually attract all the time. And if they're your total opposite, you're going to be miserable with them. They're going to be miserable with you. You don't need that. A complete opposite is not what you need. Get that yin and that yang, that half and half opposite. I complete you, you complete me. That little bit of opposite in you, that little bit of opposite in me keeps us unique, keeps us different, but it also keeps us together because now I'm still intrigued by that part of you that is unique from me. What is that? Oh my God. Share it with me. Let me grow and become one with you. I'm going to share mine and grow and become one with you. And oh my Lord, it's going to be explosive. But y'all ain't trying to hear that. Y'all want that fake bullshit. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. It sounds like a watery fart. I don't want that. I want that. Poof. I want that fireworks finale. I want that. I don't want the cheap dime store fireworks. I don't want that. I don't. Y'all keep that. That's what y'all want. Y'all go ahead. You know, you so worried about, well, he did this and she bought me that. Y'all worried about superficial stuff. That's not important at all in a relationship. There are homeless couples who have survived on the streets together for years and never separated because it wasn't about the material things that they had, or in this case did not have. It was the love that they had within and for each other. And they survived on the streets. They got out of the streets. They grow the whole nine. But y'all over here worried about Boo Boo the fool in the corner and Tamika Turner trick because she's giving you her stripper pole money, because he's giving you his trap house dollars. Are you serious right now? Like, really? This is what you hope for? This is what you grow into? Y'all better stop living that damn celebrity reality show life, because that shit ain't real. Reality TV ain't real. Half of that shit is hyped up. And reality stars can come for me if they want to. I mean, if they want to waste their time to come for me, by all means, it's not going to bother me. But that shit is not all real. Some of that is docudrama. It's doctored up to make the drama, to keep you coming in, to make you want more. Half of that shit would not happen in reality if those cameras were not rolling. Half of that would not happen if there were not writers on the show to set up certain situations. I promise you, and y'all can argue with me, but we all know it. We know it, because some of this is getting repetitive. It's happening in all of these reality shows, like the same situations. Like, let's get off that. Like, it's not even, no. So, you know, we got to get past that. And so you got to do what works for you. There's so much more to love than faking it. I mean, think about it. How many people want to fake an orgasm like all the time? You're literally having bad sex when you force a relationship. Who wants bad sex for the rest of their lives? Like, real talk. You have to put yourself first in everything you do on your spiritual journey, so that you're getting out of your own way, so that you develop, you grow, you make these things happen, you make it better for you in reality. Stop trying to make it better for the other person, because that's literally what you're doing. You're trying to, you have those who, I just want to be sweeter. I want to be nicer. He said that I need to be like this. She said that I need to act like that. So you listened and you're changing yourself for somebody else. Now, mind you, if you have a negative, a super nasty way about you, yes, by all means, you should change. Do not change because that person said to, though. You should change for yourself. It is about you. It's your journey. It's your body. It is your life. Even if you're not on a spiritual journey, it's still your journey, period. It is your life. You are walking this life. Why not walk it in the best aspect of yourself? Why not walk it to better yourself? Whether you're doing it on a spiritual journey or not, better yourself. Go to college, take some courses, online, whatever. Everybody can afford college, that's fine. Grab a book, educate yourself, broaden your horizon, but better yourself for you, not because this asshole said, oh, well, you ain't good enough and this is what you need to do so that I'll like you. Dude, you can kiss all up in my fluffy booty, because I don't care. You don't have to accept me. I have to accept me. I accept my good and my bad, and I work on my bad so it's not as much, so I have wonderful me to deal with a lot more than the nasty side of me. Why? Because I want to grow and be a better me. I went to sleep yesterday a better person, but I woke up today better than I was yesterday, and tomorrow I want to be better than I was today and yesterday. But I'm doing it for me, not to keep some guy, not to keep my homegirl as my friend. I don't need y'all. I was born alone and I will die alone. I don't even care if you're a multiple and you're like, I was a twin, a triplet. You were born alone. You were born one at a time. Both of you did not get ripped out of your mama's belly. Both of you did not come straight out of her vagina. One at a time. Well, except for the Siamese ones and, the exception to the rule. So it's still one at a time. I was born by myself. I'm going to die by myself. I don't need you. I didn't need you before I met you. I don't need you now that you're trying to dip or now that I'm outgrown you. This is about me, my journey, me. So if you decide to cut me off, I holla. You either did me a favor or you did yourself a favor, but either way it goes, I'm still going to grow. Why? Because in that situation, you take the negative and you make it a positive. He left you. She broke your heart. Now what do? Watch this one. When you were with that person, you felt loved. How did you feel loved? Oh, well, we went to the park and we would sit there and I enjoyed, oh my gosh, we did the blanket thing and the stars and the sun. Now, when you're talking about that, you're all, and you're happy. Boom, that's your happiness from that. You take that and you run with it. You don't have to say his name. You take the feeling you got from that situation and you run with it. And it allows you to let go of that relationship. Why? Because you know the goodness that came to you from that. That is something you grew with. That is now a part of you. That is the good that came out of that negative situation. You don't have to go back to the negative situation to get that good because you already had it. You experienced it. You know what it feels like. So now you go do it for yourself. You can't find the good in the negative situation? Watch this. He left, she left, you're no longer in that situation. That is the good. That's the good. Now you have nobody to stress over. You have nobody to worry about. You don't have to think, do I have some disease because I know he's done slept with her, and her? Do I need to worry about this burning sensation because I know she done slept with him, and him? No, you're cool. Why? Because they're gone. That is the positive from that negative. Transmutation. There you go. That's the word. Oh, there it is. You grow from these things. You have to get out of your own way. If somebody says something you don't like, don't attack that person. They said what they said, just like I said what I said, and I could care less if your feelings is hurt because I said what I said, and I said it from a good place. It'd be different if I said it'd be nasty, but I said it what I said because I was saying it from a good place and because I care. Now, if your feelings got hurt based on what I said, your feelings got hurt, not mine. That's your problem to deal with. Don't come attacking me. Don't come running up at me because you hurt your feelings. I didn't hurt your feelings. What I said did not hurt your feelings. You hurt your feelings because you took what I said and you let it hurt you. They're words, first of all. The same way I can say words, the same way you can say words. Now, if I'm coming at you and I'm calling you out your name and I'm being nasty, you got every right to be mad at me for that. Yes, because it was wrong. It's uncalled for. It's nasty for no reason. Well, I probably have a reason, but we'll say I don't have a reason. So you can be mad. You can be upset. You can hold a grudge and you can be bitter about it in that pile of salt. Or you can be like, you know what? Screw her, because she ain't me. She can't be me. She will never be like me. And you move on and you know who you are and what you are on the inside. Stop taking everything so personally. That's part of your shadow work. That's part of your self-growth right there too. You got to stop taking everything so personally. If somebody says something to you, that don't make it true. If I look you dead in your eye and I say to you, your whole school system was a lie. 2 + 2 is 5. You're stupid if you think 2 + 2 is 4. Now you mad like, no, my teacher told me 2 + 2 is 4. 2 and 2 is 4. And I'm sitting here telling you 2 and 2 is 5. Now you mad because I'm coming at you. So you going to come at me. Nah, you stupid. Why? Why waste the energy? Why get mad? Let me be the one running around with this stupid ideology. Let me be the one with that thought process. Why waste your energy on something so frivolous? on something that does not make or break your household. And when I say your household, I mean you in general, your home. Yeah, that's a better word. Your home. If it does not break your home, why are you worried? Why is you stressing about it? If I don't like reading literature from a certain person, why are you mad about it? Because Lord knows I do not like Sacred Woman. I don't. And I'm sure Miss Afua does not mind that I don't like her book, because there are millions of you who love her book. I bought the book, so she got paid for me buying the book. So I know she don't care that I didn't like the book. And I'm not saying it's a bad book. It just was not for me. So it's not going to make or break her. It's not affecting her home that I don't like her book. It is not affecting my home if you don't like what I say. You don't sign no checks for me. You don't put this roof over my head. You're not putting food on my table. Why would I let you affect my home? Why would I let you into my energy and bring my vibration down? Stop letting what people say bring you down. Stop jumping the gun on it. It's all right to get your feelings in a knot. Get your panties in a twist. Untwist them. You grown ass people. And you letting some words, oh, I'm going to fight you. First of all, you grown. Let's put that out there. We're not kids anymore, okay? You're not going to the principal's office. You're not going to go home and get your ass beat by your parents. You're going to jail. If you haven't noticed, a lot of these grown ass people fighting on these videos and whatnot, they get caught and they're going to jail. It's called assault and battery. You're going to jail. Like, let's grow up. It's words. Oh my God, you exchanging words on Facebook and Instagram. Ooh, she said my ponytail was ugly. Oh my God. He said my car was a jalopy. Oh my God, I'm coming over. We gonna fight. Oh, she said my baby daddy ain't shit. Fuck her. I'm coming to tear her up. Really? Because 9 out of 10, your baby daddy really ain't shit. I mean, we all know it, but it's words, people. Stop putting so much energy into something somebody said. The same way they put that negative energy into it, flip it. Oh, well, if my baby's my baby daddy's a deadbeat, my kids got clothes on their back that he's provided. He puts food on their table. You change that narrative. You fix it. You make it right. Your car's a jalopy. Hey, but at least I got a car. And that jalopy's getting me from here to there and everywhere I need or want to be. She said your ponytail ugly. Well, I love my ponytail and I did it myself and I don't care what she said. Bitch, rock your ponytail. Who cares? Does it matter? This is something childish. Little kids who don't have self-esteem built up yet. This is what they go through. This is why we as adults are supposed to build our children up. We're supposed to show them how to be. We are to lead by example. And the only example we're leading with is violence and stupidity. Are you serious right now? But you want a spiritual journey. And I'm not saying it ain't all supposed to be light and love and it ain't a little darkness, but really we got to be violent with it. Like, personally, I'm probably going to chuck a rose quartz at your head, but really, like, this is what you setting your child up for. And I'm not saying our kids should not know how to protect themselves, because they should. But at some point, why does everything have to come to hands? Why does everything have to come to blows? And like, they're words. Y'all really taking words seriously? Like, really? I mean, I write words down every day. I wrote 2 books, and I write letters, and there's cards with words, and damn Hallmark, I don't like you. I'm coming for Hallmark's ass. Like, really? They're words. You can erase the paper, get you some whiteout, turn off the computer, shut your phone down. They're words. That's it. Stop allowing pointless things to hurt your feelings. Nope. Stop allowing yourself to hurt your feelings, because that's what you're doing. They're words. It's something somebody said. You're getting hurt by it. You choose to take that negative and let it affect you. You do not have to. That is what you want to do, but you don't have to. You have choices. You have options. You either go with the flow and be like, all right, I'm going to be hurt. Or you switch rafts and you go on that rapid ride and have fun and be like, you know what? I'm not about to be knocked down, bored, and upset and floating still. I'm about to ride this rapid and go have the time of my life and enjoy this. Stop letting things get in the way and cause you to stop yourself from going forward in your journey. You take too much so seriously. If I say something, ask yourself, why did that hurt my feelings? Why did I let that hurt my feelings? Was it true? Do you agree with it? Because if you agree with it, then it didn't hurt your feelings. It gave you a reality. You hurt your own feelings with that because it was true. It resonated with you because it was true. Most people's feelings don't get hurt because they don't listen to stuff. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not affecting me, so it doesn't hurt my feelings. It don't bother me. You're letting your feelings get hurt because it's what you wanted. It's what you needed. Because it's true in some way. That's literally what it boils down to. Just like we keep getting in our own way. You cannot do something that somebody else did and be mad about it. Like you can't. That's somebody else did it for themselves. They set the intention for them to do it. You turned around and did, oh, well, I saw that 55 by 5, 33 by 3 made her money. I'm going to do it too. You didn't do it for you to get money. You did it because it gave her money and you want some too. You see, that's why it didn't work. Just like, oh, well, I saw you do a love bath and I did one and I'm not feeling the love. Because you did it because I did it for love for me. You did it because you saw that I did it. You didn't do it because you wanted to feel love. You needed to cleanse love and all that. You did it because you saw somebody else do it and it worked for them. So now you naturally assume, well, I'm going to do it and it's going to work for me. No, baby. You didn't put the intention into it. You didn't put the energy into it. You did not make it work for you. You're trying to make things work for you based on working for someone else. So basically, what you are doing is being my employee. You're working for me because you just took what I did and you tried to do it for you. But what you did was you did it for me because that's my energy and you tried to use it. And since you tried to use my energy, all you did was send my energy back to me with more energy attached to it, because although you didn't put intention on it, you still did it with love. You just didn't have your intentions on it. So now you sent my love back to me once more. So if I took my bath yesterday and you taking yours tonight, that love is coming back to me tonight because that's my bath you just took. See that? I hope that's making sense to y'all, because if not, I can't break that down anymore. But you have to do it for yourself. Not because you saw somebody else do it. Not because somebody else told you to do it. Not because of anybody else. You do it for yourself. If you want to find love, you start with yourself. You have to love yourself first, because nobody else can love you if you don't love you. If you want a better job, you have to start with the one you have and go to a better one. You have to put in and apply for better positions. You have to actually perform better at work in order to move up, to be seen, to be recognized, to be suggested for employment or for a promotion, or to be moved to a different department. You have to put the work in. You have to set, in everything we do, we set intentions, if you really think about it. But the little things we don't, we forget. When you are going to the gas station, your intention is to put $10 on pump 5. Your intentions are to fill up that gas tank and get your ass to work. That's why we went to the gas station. You get to the gas station and you go in there and you look at the gas lady and she's like, how much? Can I help you? And you're like, yeah, can I get gas on pump? The one with the car over there. Because you didn't put the work in to remember your pump number. You really didn't even put the work in when you got to the pump. You just pulled up. So now you lost and confused. But when we set our minds to, I'm coming for gas, you either pay right there at the gas pump because you're only coming for gas, you ain't trying to go in, or you go in and you know, hey, I need 10 on pump 5. Thank you. You have a nice day, and you walk out. You set the intention for that gas station to get that gas. Just like when you go to work, My intention when I apply for this job is to get this job so that I can bring in money to keep a roof over my head, food on my table, clothes on my back. Those are the intentions I have when I applied for this job that pays $20 an hour versus this job that pays $5, because I ain't trying to work 3 jobs to make up the difference. So my intention is to get this job. So what do I need to do? I applied for the job. Now I have to put in the work. I'm going to dress the part for this interview. I'm going to rehearse what I'm going to say. All right. Yes. Hi. How may I help you? Yes. Customer service is wonderful. I look forward to it. Thank you. And then you carry your ass the hell on out of there. Now you got the job because you set the intention to get the job. You put in the work to make it happen. So if you're over here doing your love bath and you're not putting in the work and the intention to make that bath loving for you, it's not going to happen. It's going to be loving for me, and I appreciate the love coming back because I enjoy the love. But now you still looking like bitter Becky and sad Sally, and that's not my problem. That's yours. So you have to put in the work. Like, you can't just say, oh, my intention is this, because my intention was to go to the gas station and get gas. I ain't putting the work to get the gas, and now I got to keep peeking back. Lady, can you tell me what the damn gas pump is with the red car over there? Because I don't know. I'm really not trying to put in the work for this. I just came to get a little gas. I'm not trying to put in the work. Versus you walking up to that gas station, hey, I need 10 on pump 5 where that red car is at, because my intention is to put gas in this car because I need to go places. I got shit to do today. Putting in the work, putting in the intentions. You gotta get out of your way. You have to stop half-stepping. Stop following everybody. It's one thing to ask for advice. It's another thing to follow bad advice. It's another thing to follow what only works for people. When it comes to spirituality, when it comes to your journey, I don't even care if it's a spiritual journey or not, the journey of life, it is yours. Except for children. Up until they're 18, it's your parents, and you're supposed to do what they say and, all that stuff. But after that, it's your journey. You are supposed to put in the work to better yourself for your journey, whether it's employment, whether it's just everyday living, whether it's religion. You still put in the work with that Bible, the Quran, whatever it is y'all studying under your religion. You put in the work to learn your gods, your angels, all of that. You put that work in because your intention is to be faithful, to be a follower in that religion. Same thing as spirituality in life. You put in the work to be what you want, who you want, when you want, where you want. You put in the work when you set those intentions, but you have to get out of your way. Stop allowing yourself to have your feelings hurt. Yeah, yourself, because nobody is hurting your feelings. You're allowing your feelings to get hurt. You are hurting your feelings. Because it doesn't matter what I say, they're words, my words. You hurt yourself with those words. You choose how to take those words. If you choose to take them painfully, then that's on you and you be hurt. If you choose to take them happily and realize, oh, well, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I mean, they just words. Good thoughts, good opinion. Let me see if it resonates with me. Then perfect. Let the light shine on you and let's do this. But that's up to you. I will not apologize for words that I say when I say them from the heart and with pure, great intentions. I will not apologize because you hurt your feelings. It's not going to happen. I will not apologize because you took something out of context and thought that I was personally attacking you. That is on you, because if I'm personally attacking you, I'm going to say your name. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to hit you in your inbox. I'll call you up on the phone. Hey, girl, you wrong. And in some cases, boy, y'all keep it up because I'm about to hit some inboxes. I'm about to, because some of y'all dead ass wrong and y'all need to be told. All this light and love is fine, but the light and love comes with dark. And in some cases, you keep seeing, oh, well, it's dark. You need to stop being so negative. No, because if it's coming from a place of love to correct you, it's not dark. It's not negative. If it's coming from a place of love, with pure intention, it's not negative. Stop taking it that way. Why are you so hard on me? Why you got to be so negative about the situation? It's not negative. It's positive reinforcement. I am trying to get you to see something better than how you're viewing it. I'm trying to get you to understand something better than how you're seeing it, how you're understanding it. I once said that we see with our ears and we hear with our eyes. Y'all don't catch on to that, but it's true. It's true. You can hear with your eyes. You can hear it all. And you can see with your ears when you think about it. And I'm not going to break that down. I want y'all to think on that one. We'll get back on the next time. But it's true. You have to do the right thing on your journey. You cannot grow at any point if you're not doing it right. Even those who do things illegally and they look like they're prospering. Oh, you know, he got a whole 5, 6, 7 trap houses in 20 different counties. And every other time you turn around, one of them trap houses is getting raided. Or he's going to jail every 2 years and getting out 3 years later. It's still a negative to his positive. Or what y'all see as a positive. You have to put in the work, the intentions to do what's right, to grow you. You can't compare your life to everybody else's. You can't compare your journey to everybody else's. You can't compare what everybody else does to what you want to do. Everybody's trying to get to their point. You get to yours. If you want advice along the way, that's fine. But you make sure you take it with a grain of salt because everything isn't meant for you. Just because I said, oh, well, go get this tarot deck. It's going to work for you. I don't even use tarot decks, so y'all know that's BS right there. But, you know, whatever. If I tell you to go get this stone for love, if I tell you go get the rose quartz, it's a love stone. Like everybody knows rose quartz is a love stone. For you, that may not be the stone. Hell, I don't like pink, so I don't even like rose quartz because I don't like pink. I'm more of a green aventurine kind of girl. I'm more of a ruby zoite kind of girl. My appetite kind of girl. I like the other colors. Labradorite. Love that one. Tiger's eye. You know, those things. Amethyst, because it's purple. It's amazing. But there's so many stones that have so many properties. Just like when it comes to herbs. There's so many herbs that do the same thing. So if I tell you to go and drink lavender eucalyptus tea or lavender and lemon balm because you want a calming tea and you want to relax. Some people will be like, no, chamomile. Drink chamomile and eucalyptus. It's better. They both do the same ish. They're calming. It just matters. Which one do you want? Just because I said it, you're going to run with it. And I mean, I know I'm awesome and I give great advice. I understand that. Yes, I do. Y'all can deny that, but I'm not going to because I'm awesome. I hype me up. Y'all forget self-love. So I know me. I'm awesome. Or y'all can listen to Sally Say So. And she's right because chamomile is relaxing. It is known for sleep. Who do you want to go with though? Who do you resonate with? And don't just resonate with me because I'm awesome and that I'm always right. Because my feelings are not going to be hurt if you go with Sally Say So. That, again, she's not wrong. You have to do what is right. Hell, for all I care, you could combine both and be like, you know what? I like both of them. Let me mash them up and do both. Hey, do what you do. But you have to put in the work to do what's right for you. Stop letting your journey be about everybody else's journey and what they did, because this is why y'all are not growing. This is why y'all are not going anywhere. Again, Sacred Woman does not work for me. I will never recommend that book to anybody because I could not resonate with it, so I cannot recommend it to others. I think it's a very in-depth, heavy book. Lots of people have read it, and some of y'all have read it, and y'all are not comprehending what you're reading. You're literally just reading the words. You're not comprehending what this woman put into this book, which is extremely deep and a lot of work. Y'all are just reading the words. Y'all ain't trying to comprehend it. Me, personally, my book of recommendation that I loved was Jambalaya. I loved that book. It was awesome. It was amazing. It got me to see things. I love that book. Some of the stuff she said resonated with me very deeply as a child, in my teens, and now as an adult. But, wait, did you just say masturbate? Oh, we'll get back to that. Kishma. But you have to do what resonates with you. There are a ton of books that you could use to start your journey. There are a ton of teachers and mentors. Some people don't even use books. I had already started on my journey, was doing my thing when I came across those two books. And again, Sacred Woman did not resonate with me, so I politely put that back on my shelf where it sits. And that jambalaya, I read, flipped the pages, I highlighted stuff. I was like, yes, woo, girl, all of that into my journey. There are people you can come to, i.e. me, who will give you advice on situations that they've never actually physically had happen to them, but they know. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, those clair people. We are awesome people, y'all. Trust me. I will give my opinion, my advice, and it will resonate with some of y'all. And y'all be like, yes, that makes so much sense. Oh my God, I didn't think about it that way. How could I not see that? And that's fine. Then you have other people who are like, nah, I'm not feeling that. I mean, it sounds good, but that don't sound good for me. I'm not feeling it. And that's cool. That's cool. You do what feels right for you. And if part of it feels right, then you take that part and you tweak it so that the rest of it works for you. But stop getting in your way because it didn't feel right, or I tried it and it didn't work for me. It's not supposed to. It's not for you then. That means you need to try for you. Try it with your intention, with you in mind, so that you can stop getting in your own way. Stop allowing your feelings to hurt you. Stop allowing you to hurt your feelings. Like, stop all of that. There's so much more to this. It really is. And you know, I just, yeah. See? Picked up and put that, you know. Here's the thing. It's spirituality. It's yours. It's your journey. And again, there's all of the, to me, the spiritual religions involved in that. But that's not the only thing spirituality is about. It's not about the Yoruba, the Orishas. It's not about hoodoo, voodoo, and Santeria and all that other stuff. It's not only about that. It's not just about the egg cleanses. It's about you, finding where you fit in, how you want to fit in. You have to connect with yourself. Love yourself first. And everything else lines up because, like I said, if you start with the self-love, that shadow work part becomes easy because you're dealing with the parts of you that were negative, that were bad. And as you're tearing yourself down, you're still building yourself back up because you love yourself enough to know, I'm not perfect, but I'm awesome. So you build yourself back up. You don't leave yourself knocked down, and you cuddle and you hold yourself and you baby yourself. That's when you do the bath and you relax and you wash it all away. You're like, you know what? I am loving. I love myself. I understand this. This works for me. You do those things. You cannot allow other things to get in your way and stop you. Something somebody said, something somebody else chooses to do, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Why is you so worried about it? Why are you so pressed? Yeah, they came and asked you for advice. Okay, you give the advice and you let it go. After that, it still don't have nothing to do with you. Whether you give the advice or not, that situation has nothing to do with you. It's not your situation. It's not your problem. What's the saying? Not my monkeys, not my circus, not my shit, not my cows. Stop worrying about it. Stop stressing over stuff that is not in your life. It's not about you. It's not in your journey. Why? Why do you give your energy to that? You're getting in your own way. You over here worried about why he left you, why she cheated on you. Why? They're gone. Okay, move. Let's do this. Because now we need to heal and do some self-love, get ourselves back, because you know what? You're not in that relationship no more. So who you were in that relationship is now changed because you're not that person, because you're not in the relationship. So now you need to do some self-healing, some self-loving, figure out who you are now out of the relationship so that you can grow and move forward. So that you can be a better you tomorrow than you were today and from yesterday when you were in the relationship. You develop those things and you keep moving. You get out of your way. Stop stopping yourself from being able to move, to develop, to grow. You do stuff for the wrong reasons. You do things for the wrong people, and then you hold all of them accountable. But it's you. You did it. You chose to stay in a toxic relationship. Therefore, you were the toxic relationship to yourself because you chose to stay knowing that it was toxic. You are now that toxic part. You are the toxicity in that relationship. You're the toxin. Why? Because you choose to stay. If he is bad, it's like a bag of apples. You have that one rotten apple in that bag. If you leave all the other apples in that bag, they're all going to spoil and go bad too. So what do? Do you take the one bad out and leave all the other ones in? No, you need to take all the good ones out because the bad is in that bag. Whether you take the bad apple out, the bad energy is still in that bag. You take the good ones out, you rinse them off, you cleanse them, and you set them elsewhere. So you leave the bad in that bag and you throw that out and you get rid of it. You clean yourself off and you remove yourself from that situation. Stop staying there. Stop blaming him. Oh, he hurt me. She broke my heart. She did this and I can't believe he did that. Why can you not believe it? If it happened, that makes it real. That makes it true. It's not false. It's not fake. It happened. Therefore, believe it. Like, I can't believe they cheated on me. How can you not? Like, it literally happened. The proof is right there. The other person is right there. Like, there's a baby. There's photos. There's evidence. It's right there. Like, how do you not believe that? You heal yourself and you move on. If you stay there, you are the toxic person in your life and you cannot blame anybody else for what goes wrong because you are doing it to yourself. You are allowing it to happen to you. Get out of your way so that you can grow on your journey in all aspects, in all areas. Make sense? All right. I feel like I beat that with a dead horse. So I feel like I am good. I am done. I think we did great. I think this has been very educational, very releasing. This is that whole shadow work thing that I do. I release. I let go. I express. I tell things. I think I did that. We touched on a lot. Self-love, how to do rituals, the jar thing, and what it means to me when you're doing the jars, how to set your intentions in everything that you do because it's important. Get out of your way, letting go and releasing things that do not have anything to do to you, that do not belong to you. It has been great. Woo! See how good that felt? Everybody do it with me. Deep breath in. And let it out. Yeah. Let's do that one again. This time we're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth. Ready? You see, feel good. Relax. Breathe it away. It does not belong to you. It is not your energy. Stop keeping it if it is not yours. And stop attaching it to you, trying to make it yours. This is good. Let it be alone. Do not give your good energy to that. You already have enough to do with your energy. You got some self-healing, some self-loving to do. You got some shadow work. Do not give your energy to frivolous, crappy, petty stuff like that. Let's not be salty Sarah, okay? Let's not be her. Let's not be the bitter Bettys. Let's not, okay? We're not going to be perverted Pauls. We're not, okay? We're not going to be destructive Danas and terrible Tims. We're not. We're going to be happy Helens, smiling Shaniquas, good positive things, cool Carls, things like that. happy. Because we're not giving our energy to none of the BS that don't put a roof over our head, food on our table, or clothes on our back. If it ain't doing none of that, let it go. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. If it don't let it destroy your home. Then look, get yourself some homeowners property, all right? This is your home, your temple, your home. Put some homeowners warranty on that, okay? Because when them hurricanes and them storms come through, they're going to try and knock you down. You need to stand your ground. Let your energy protect your home. Do not let your energy allow that stuff in. It's your home. You protect it. You guard it. You keep it safe. Alrighty. Y'all have a wonderful day, a good evening. Tomorrow, be a better person than what you were today. Embrace the fluffy love. And I don't care if it's fluffy in your hair, if it's fluffy in your arms, your boobs, your butt, your back, wherever that fluffy is. Hell, you could be the skinniest twig in the world and have them fluffy thighs. Embrace your fluffy. Everybody has a fluffy something. Do the fluffy love and embrace your fluffiness, because that is where your self-love begins. The fluffy love. Enjoy and embrace. Cover yourself in that love and take it and run with it. Y'all have a wonderful and beautiful rest of your day. And I will see everybody later. I love ya.